Of course, delegates and dignitaries from all over the world have made their way over to Cape Town, South Africa for the World Economic Forum on Africa. The themes that are close to the hearts of citizens and business and political leaders at the continent are going to be discussed. With a preview of those issues, here's CCTV's Angelo Coppola.
The World Economic Forum themes include accelerating economic diversification, boosting strategic infrastructure and unlocking Africa's talent. But infrastructure remains the key issue, says Yunus Suleiman from KPMG.
Our biggest focus is infrastructure. If you look at the spend on infrastructure on the actual continent, it's falling far short of the actual investment requirements. And I would say at least 50% more is required in the continent to really get it to what it needs to have in terms of what we need in terms of transportation and any other infrastructure that is needed.
Anthony Thunstrom, Chief Operating Officer of KPMG Global Africa Practice, says that while it's common knowledge that there is an infrastructure backlog in many African countries, future spend and the new strategic focus is what investors should be bearing in mind.
Everybody knows that Africa's got a massive infrastructure backlog. I think maybe less understood is why. Part of it is, I guess, the post-colonial backlog. In many countries, I guess we're 20 years away from really having looked after the infrastructure. But I think the second element is possibly even the bigger element of the infrastructure demand and spend that we'll see over the next 2 decades. And that's really around the massive urbanization that's taking place and the pit-to-port corridors that are being built around all the new mining and the oil and gas interests, and effectively getting them from wherever they're extracted to a port where they can be shipped internationally.
Coupled with the critical need for continental infrastructure and its strategy is the need to reduce the levels of youth unemployment.
Africa is quite a youthful continent. It's about 65% of the people are young, under the age of 65. So if you look at unemployment then, what is happening is that the unemployment, about 40% or so of the unemployment is for the youth. And so there needs to be some creative ideas around how do you upskill the youth, number one. 2 is then education as one of the challenges, but also how do you cater for the changing needs of the youth, which are not the same as the youth of yesteryear.
There's always criticism that the World Economic Forum is a talk shop. The bottom line, however, is the fact that people meet there, they start relationships, and what happens after those events are where the deals are made. I'm Angelo Coppola for CCTV in Johannesburg.